will waive the final hearing today and enter a plea of guilty to the charge, and we can proceed straight to sentencing, Your Honor.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's your plea?
Guilty, Your Honor.
I'll accept your guilty plea and find you guilty. What is your problem?
Can I read you my letter, Your Honor?
You've been, when your case got bound over from Willoughby back in December, until you came here and left for NeoCap, you were an ass ache in the jail. When you came back from NeoCap, you continue to be an ass ache almost on a daily basis. What is your problem?
Your Honor.
Because I'm sick of it. I got a pile of paper about you like this, on all the problems you're causing over there. What's your problem?
With the jail situation, I have been causing an issue with other inmates. Me and other inmates get into it a lot. A lot of people in there facing time. A lot of people about to do time. A lot of people, and people bumping heads in there. And I could just say on my behalf, I have been getting into a lot of fights, and I've been taking it, and I've been apologizing, pleading guilty, and trying to move forward.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. I don't have a stack of paper like this on any other person in there. I don't have any papers on any other person in there except you.
Your Honor, when I first got to the jail, it was a different scenery for me. I wasn't used to being around so many people.
Buckle up, guys. Today we're diving into a courtroom that wastes zero time setting the tone. The video kicks off with the host's slick intro and sponsor spot before launching straight into chaos. Within seconds, the defendant waives his right to a full hearing and pleads guilty. The judge barely blinks before accepting it. The calm before the storm? Not even close. What follows is pure judicial fire.
Respectful. When I was in prison, a lot of people, the meanest, biggest guy, tell you excuse me. So I was getting into it a lot with people that didn't have no problem with disrespecting, and it's one TV, one remote. So a lot of things just was, and I ain't trying to make no excuse to you, Your Honor, because I know you don't like them, and I'm admitting my part. I was fighting, and when you sent me to NeoCap, I told myself I'm gonna have a lot more self-control because I know you ain't gonna take that. You're not gonna accept that, especially with my jail record. Now, when I was in NeoCap, I like to read you this letter right quick, and because I'm better at writing how I feel. I said, Your Honor, when I was at NeoCap, I was falsely accused of being terminated from the program NeoCap, in which I have key evidence of phone calls with my lawyer, voicemails, and video footage indicating that I wanted to lead the program myself. The staff members can testify to my credibility, Your Honor. I even spoke with my probation officer, Mr. David Tompkins, before I got there about my uneasiness about being there, and he stated while I was there, my lawyer could file a motion to have me removed while I was there. There was residents who was putting my rehabilitation in danger with derogatory terms and prejudiced statements. I probably could have used better coping skills to adjust to my environment a little more. I just felt uncomfortable being around such negativity and hate. Also, I have more to lose than the average person because my freedom is at risk. In just a short period of time, I was informed I had some redirections, but I wasn't even informed when I reached. I was informed that I had multiple redirections, but I wasn't even informed when I reached a couple redirections, Your Honor. So I felt I was being targeted because I told the staff members and everybody there that I wanted to leave NeoCap, but in good standards. It was a problem that I wanted to leave because Miss Lisa, the head supervisor there, told me there was only two ways people left NeoCap on her watch. Either they finished the program or they getting sent.
All right, guys, here's where it starts heating up. The judge snaps, demanding to know what's wrong with his defendant. Without hesitation, he calls him out for being a constant problem, saying he's a daily headache in jail. The blunt tone, the frustration. It's crystal clear this judge has had enough. You can feel the tension building as the room goes dead silent, and everyone realizes this won't be a routine sentencing.
I got frustrated, and I was like, man, I'm not going through this no more. And some other guys that was on the other side was like, you can do it, Jaden, just a little longer. I'm like, no, man, because I'm going to lose my temper, and I can't go in front of my judge for putting my hands on nobody when they got a zero tolerance for fighting. So I asked to be moved again. They was like, no. It was like the next time something happened, let us know. And I let him know. Then the very next day, he made a black joke, and everybody in the room laughed because I was the only black dude on that side. So I told him
So
again.
you got kicked out of there because the director was trying to talk to you about something, okay? And you kept talking over her and arguing with her, and you got louder and louder. They moved you to another area away from other people, and you continued to yell and talk over her till they moved you to a room where nobody was in, attempted to talk to you again. You did the same thing, then started throwing stuff. That's why you got kicked out.
Your Honor, that is what they trying to tell you, Your Honor.
I have had one other problem, one other alleged problem at NeoCap, 9.5 years, and it turned out to be bullshit, okay? So all I know is you were an ass ache over here when you got here from Willoughby, when you got arrested in December, until you left, and it started again once you came back.
No.
So you're going back here. Now, you're going back to the jail. And I'm going to get a daily goddamn report on you. And if there's any trouble with you, then you're coming right back here for the sentence. Do you understand me?
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't want to hear any more bullshit going on with you.
Your Honor, can I please tell you something I'm dying to tell you, Your Honor? Like, I hear what you...
Go ahead, tell me.
Man, they is...
Now we watch the defendant try to turn things around. He asks to read a letter, his chance to explain his side of the story. With shaking voice and careful words, he paints himself as misunderstood, talking about mistreatment and negative energy at NeoCap. For a moment, it almost works. You start to wonder if maybe there's truth behind the calm plea. But one thing's certain, the judge isn't easily moved by words alone.
It's not. See, that's why they playing with my life, man. They calling you, they telling you shit I'm doing, but they ain't tell you what they doing. They over there fucking with me. I mean, they over there messing with
So
me.
all
Man.
these COs are fucking with you.
No, man.
Just saying.
It's a lot of, no, it ain't all of them. I'm cool with a lot of them. It's some of them, and they going to the sergeants, and the sergeants is going to the lieutenants, and they getting to you. And now you looking at my record because they know it's because I'm fighting. But I ain't never had no problem with no CO. And then until I came back, they playing with my life, man. They playing with my food. They playing with my food.
Why are all these guys suddenly doing that with you?
It ain't suddenly.
When I've never heard a whiff of a complaint about them doing it with other people.
Man, it's going around right now. It's officers that's literally searching people inappropriate. I got a PREA going on. That's why they did this. That's why they put me in front of you and called you like, get him out of here. Because I got a PREA going on. Because Officer Hammer touched my dick. I mean, my private part. Excuse my language. He touched my private part, and it ain't nothing I can do because they laughing in my face about this. And I can't put my hands on him because I'm going to be in front of you for an assault. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't nothing I can do. But I've been retaliating. I've been retaliating, doing dumb stuff, refusing to go on my cell and stuff like that because this the only way that I can get anything. Your Honor, they is only telling you one side and they got the facts because they got the paperwork. I don't have paperwork. I can't make my own paperwork of what they doing to me, Your Honor. They literally is playing with my life and they put me in front of you because they know all they got to do.
Why are they all conspiring against you?
It's not all of them, Your Honor. It's just a few COs.
Why are the few COs conspiring against you?
All of them don't like me, and I don't like them. I told you, Your Honor. I'm not gonna lie to you.
How did you and the COs that are doing this develop this hate relationship with each other?
Because I'm not a person who just lay down and let somebody do something to me. So when I retaliate, they get upset about it.
So they're doing the same thing to other people, but other people aren't retaliating.
No, other people do retaliate. It's people in the hole right now. I'm not even gonna bring them into it, but it was people in the hole right now getting in trouble for yoking COs up, for art. They getting sprayed and getting put in the chairs. I've never been through that, but I've been retaliating by refusing a lot and like refusing to get my trays up. So that type of stuff get me in more trouble, Your Honor. But they doing stuff to me. I just don't lay down and accept it. A lot of people do lay down and accept it, but a lot of people ain't. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one that's been, I don't never put my hands on them. It's people that's in a hole right now that you probably haven't heard about that put their hands on the COs, that wrestle with them. I never did that. But focusing on me, I just retaliate, Your Honor, because they doing stuff to me and they not telling you about that, Your Honor. And I apologize that this had to even become before you. And I had a dream that they was gonna do something like this, but I never thought it was gonna be real, man. They is playing with my life. I got time over my head, and they calling my judge. They calling my judge like they playing with my life, Your Honor. I'm doing stuff. Yes, I'm not sitting here telling you I'm an angel or I'm not. I am, but I'm doing stuff to retaliate against what they doing to me. That's now since I've been in the hole right now. Before I went to NeoCap, I never had a problem with an officer. Never.
Well, you did, because I read them all. Take it
Had-
back.
it was
Take
more
it back. We'll be
fights.
back later.
The moment of reckoning hits. The judge cuts through the excuses, recounting how the defendant argued, yelled, and even threw things before getting kicked out of the program. His tone turns firm, almost surgical, as he lays down the next step, back to jail. The power dynamic shifts completely. The courtroom isn't a stage anymore. It's an order being enforced. You can feel the control slip right out of the defendant's hands.
Tell me.
Mr. I'm just very, I'm tired of just letting my family down, and you know, I just need definitely a chance at treatment. It's a hard addiction, and but I just. I really don't think doing any more time would be well with everything. I'm just kind of lost for words. I'm just tired of letting my family down. I'm getting too old for this. So, 42 years old, and
Where'd you get the checks from?
I got the checks from the side of the mailbox.
Why do you have their
They were,
debit cards, MasterCards, mail, tax forms, mortgage statements, child support forms, W-2s, notice of account change information, education loan application, ADA dental claim? Why do you have these documents?
because they were actually thrown away, and it was in a bag full. It was mail. And
From
I
where?
kept it in Las Vegas.
Yeah, not all of it's from Las Vegas, some of it's from Ohio.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about you try something different here, okay? Why did you tell Mr. Clement that you got these checks in an abandoned house that you were cleaning out?
That's where I got the checks from Ohio. Some of the ones.
Why don't you try being honest for a change?
I am, sir.
No, you're not. July 8th. Defendant was at work where they were cleaning out an abandoned home, was littered with drug paraphernalia and was being used as a drug house. Defendant located a bag that contained fake money, a white powdery substance, and blank checks. Defendant took the bag, did not say anything to his employer about finding it in the home. He threw away the fake money and kept the checks and drugs, which he presumed to be methamphetamine. Decided to write out a check to himself for $900. The police tracked the check back to him, and he was arrested for the check, thought he was not going to be charged for the drugs, but ultimately was charged for the drug possession. Why did you tell that to the probation officer?
That's what happened, sir.
Okay, I thought you just told me that the checks were in a mailbox on Garden Drive.
Well, the check that some of the checks were by the mailbox where I was working. You know what I mean? It was like right
Where were you working?
in I don't know, it's some really bad neighborhood. It was I was
And-
cleaning out this house, and it was
And Albertone's checks were in this really
No,
bad.
Things take a shocking turn. The defendant suddenly accuses a corrections officer of inappropriate touching, a claim that drops like a bombshell. He admits to retaliating, refusing orders, and acting out just to be heard. It's raw, chaotic, and uncomfortable, but undeniably human. The judge sits quietly, try and process it all. This is one of those courtroom moments that blur the line between justice and personal pain.
You see, your problem is you've lied so much, you can't keep straight the lies that you tell. Okay?
I understand.
Because you were asked specifically about this case by Mr. Clement, and you told him that you found the checks and the drugs and some fake money in an abandoned house that you were cleaning out. And you took one of the checks and cashed it for $900, which was the Albertone check. Unless Albertone's hanging out in a drug house,
No.
okay? So it can't be both. You can't have grabbed him out of his
Right.
mailbox on Garden Drive and then found it in the abandoned home in a bad neighborhood. So why are you lying to me?
There was just two separate occasions, is what.
Well, so where did you get the Dominic Albertone check that you cashed for $900?
By this golf course, and,
Okay,
and
and why did you tell him you got it out of this abandoned house?
because to tell you the truth, sir, I didn't know whose name or who these people. You know what I mean? I don't know which checks were which ones or which one were to belong to who. You know? what I
Okay,
mean?
now you've been in jail for 148 days, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So certainly, within the last 18 days, you haven't been doing meth, so you had a clear head on July 8th, right?
Yeah.
130 days into your jail sentence. And you couldn't keep clear what this charge was, what you were pleading to, what you were talking about with Mr. Clement? Why do you have all these tax forms, debit cards, credit cards from places in Nevada and Ohio in your room at your house?
You ask me.
I just kept.
Huh?
I just kept them. I don't know.
Kept them why?
The truth, I don't know why I had those.
Well, you had them because you were going to steal or you stole from people. That's why you had them, right? Why else would you have them?
Yeah.
I can't understand why you come in here and you assume I'm a goddamn idiot, that I can't see what's in black and white here. I know the drug addicts are the biggest con men, right?
After the storm comes a strange calm. The judge chooses restraint over rage. He decides to give the defendant a second chance, at least for now. The narrator steps in to explain that this judge may be strict, but he's not heartless. He sends the man back to jail with one last opportunity to prove he can change. It's a measure close to an intense exchange, but there's no doubt the next act is already waiting.
Gomez's debit card. Who lives in Henderson,
In the
Nevada.
mail.
What?
In the mail.
In the mail. She sent it to you?
No.
Well, what do you mean in the mail?
In just mailboxes. I mean,
So you took it out of her mailbox?
yeah.
Okay, all these things I asked you about, these tax forms, mortgage statements, you took them out of people's mailboxes?
Yep. Yes.
And you did that so you could steal from them, right?
Yeah.
So why did you come to Ohio from Nevada?
To get my life back on track, sir. To at
Okay.
least try.
Were you trying to run from the people in Nevada?
No.
No? When were you taking stuff out of people's mailboxes in Nevada?
When I lived in this apartment, you know,
No, he
a lot
doesn't.
of people would just, they would,
He doesn't know. Explain it.
no, I mean,
Explain it. Take some time and explain. Answer his question.
this was a real bad time in my life, sir, to where, like, I mean, I was using heroin, and by any means necessary, I would try to get money, so.
Okay.
I would
So
go
when I
through-
asked
would
you,
go
like-
through people's mail.
When I asked you 7 or 8 minutes ago why you had these things and you said you didn't know, now you do know. You were doing it to steal. See, I shouldn't have to play the part of a dentist up here and extract teeth one at a time because it's painful. Now, once you get here, you're stealing from somebody in Willoughby out of the mailbox, a 2023 tax form out of a mailbox on Timber Ridge Lane in Willoughby. Is that right?
Yes,
Okay. So you didn't, when you came here, you just kept doing what you were doing in Nevada, right?
yes,
See, the concern about you is that you, and Mr. Nicholson tells me that, and you tell me that you're tired and you want to change the way you live, right?
yes,
Yet you come here and you proceed to lie to me over and over again. That tells me that you don't want to change anything. That tells me that you want to tell me what you think I want to hear, so I'll buy your line of bullshit and give you what you want. That's what that tells me. Because when I asked you about all these people, instead of not knowing anything about it and just finding these in a bag of stuff somewhere, you would have told me what it was. But you didn't. That tells me all I need to know about you. What else do you want to say?
I'm sorry, sir. I really don't want to say anything else, because I just get confused, and my mind, you know what I mean? It's a lot right now, and it's just like, I don't know, you know what I mean? It's just, when you were naming off the people, I
We move into the next case, and it's a mix of remorse and reality. The defendant speaks with guilt, saying he's tired of letting his family down. For a moment, it feels sincere, but then the questioning starts. The evidence piles up: stolen checks, debit cards, and tax documents. The tone shifts fast, from confession to confrontation. It's a reminder that remorse means nothing when the facts tell a different story.
I can't even, I'm like embarrassed now, because if it gets out, I don't tell anybody where he is, but people find out. It's a small town. As soon as somebody knows, 100 people know. And it's embarrassing to me. So I'm just saying, I apologize for my son. Thank you.
Thank you. You've got your father standing up and offering an apology for you. Why don't you get your ass up and apologize to your father and your son? Have you done that? You haven't done that because you're selfish. So go ahead and do it if you want to do it. If you don't, don't.
they know I'm sorry. I'm sorry, son. You know I love you guys.
Then why don't you show them that? Instead of being a 42-year-old selfish little jerk. who's providing a horrible example for his son. So there's a presumption for prison on this felony 3. You know what that means? Remember me explaining that to you?
Yes, sir.
All right, I've reviewed the pre-sentence report, the drug and alcohol evaluation, the victim impact statement. Albertone got his money back, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And I have considered what you said, what Mr. Mr. Nicholson has said, what your father has said, what Ms. Segretsky has said. I've considered all the factors in 29, 29, 11, 12, and 13. I can't tell whether you've got any felonies in Nevada or whether you don't.
I don't have any felonies, sir.
Listen to me. I said I can't tell, and I certainly can't tell from listening to you.
I understand.
Because I've met you 3 times, at the pretrial, at the plea, and now. This is the most we've talked, and you've been lying to me since I walked in here. Okay, so don't tell me something and ask me to believe it, okay? Because I don't. So I've considered all the relevant factors, and I'm going to place you on community control for 5 years. You're going to serve 210 days in the jail with credit for 148. The last 30 days, you're going to enter into and complete the jail treatment program and follow the recommendations. When you complete the jail treatment program, you're going to enter into NeoCap, you're going to complete that program and follow those recommendations. You're going to complete the decision point program and follow those recommendations. You're going to get a mental health evaluation, you're going to follow those recommendations. You're going to have no drugs or alcohol, and you'll be screened. You understand all the terms?
Yes, sir.
Well, you're the one that told me that you were tired of this stuff and want to change the way you're living. I'll believe it when I see it. Because, I mean, you have no problem lying to your father and your son. Certainly don't have any problem lying to me. So we'll see. You're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. So stop with all the whiny bullshit and get your act together.
Yes, sir.
If you don't comply with these terms, the state will file a motion to terminate your community control if I find you violated, and I'll send you to prison for 48 months. You understand that?
The truth unravels in spectacular fashion. Investigators lay out the timeline. Stolen checks, fake money, and a trail leading straight to the defendant. The judge pins him down, exposing contradiction after contradiction until there's nowhere left to hide. His story collapses right there in front of everyone. It's a brutal but fitting end to this courtroom roller coaster. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.